Welcome to Konexio Technical Insight. I am Rahul Randeria and I will be conducting today's show. Today we would be discussing regarding the trends, the setups, the technical indicators, the candlestick patterns in Nifty, Bank Nifty, as well as on the different asset classes. But first of all, let us discuss what we have mentioned in our last video. In our last video, we have been mentioning regarding Nifty moving in an upward rising channel. For the time being, we say that temporarily 15,200 to 15,500 has become or it has acted as a support, and we have been advocating since last couple of weeks or maybe last a couple of months that Nifty has potential to test the levels of 18,000 till September or October month, and slowly and gradually Nifty has been moving and started its upward trajectory, making higher tops, higher bottoms in an upward moving channel. So let us discuss what we have seen on the daily charts of the Nifty, and we'll try to figure out or we'll try to identify what could be the trend for the next week. So we'll see on the screen of the Nifty daily charts. This is a daily chart of the Nifty. We have been mentioning about this upward rising channel. Nifty has been making higher tops, higher bottoms since the testing the rising channel bottom near 15,200 to 15,300 mark, and slowly and gradually it is moving towards the upward rising resistance trend line, and slowly it has been gaining momentum, though the degree of the move is almost 45 degree. So journey from 15,200 till 18,000 would be in slow and gradual manner. Yes, there could be highly volatile trading sessions or trading weeks in the foreseeable future, but the momentum seems to be positive. And looking at the current setup, in the last 5 to 6 trading sessions, we have seen Nifty has almost rallied from its lower support trend line, and it is just nearing about its upward resistance trend line. So definitely the trend seems to be positive, but on the lower degree charts, Nifty has entered into slightly overbought territory. So at higher levels, uh, we might see some sort of profit booking coming in the next week. Uh, if we talk about the Dow Jones, US markets has been on a negative uh, footing on Friday. So as we have seen, again the global market has also rallied in the last week. So some sort of exhaustion was also seen in the US market also. So Dow Jones and Nasdaq were have seen some sort of profit booking at the higher levels. Similarly, in the Indian markets, also what we have seen, yes, the prices are going higher, but this rise is slightly getting tired at the higher levels. So definitely on Monday, we feel that some sort of profit booking cannot be ruled out because of the rally of the last 5 to 6 trading sessions. So definitely those who are long on the markets should try to book profits at the higher levels. Should wait for some corrections uh, in the Nifty and Bank Nifty in the coming days, and then try to enter long at the lower levels. So we are expecting some sort of profit booking. The profit booking could be in the sense of maybe 1% or 1.5% on both the indices. So definitely any pullback or a gap up opening should be used to book profits at the higher levels. One should avoid going long at this juncture. Should wait for some sizable profit booking and then enter long at the lower levels. And again, we are advocating that the primary trend seems to be positive. The trend is still intact; it is bullish, but in this bullish trend, we might see some sort of profit booking coming in for maybe a couple of days. So that should be, or maybe some sort of consolidation might be seen in the next week. So one needs to be cautious while be going long in the Nifty, or I would recommend not to go long. Try to just book profits at the higher levels. So now let us discuss the important supports and resistance levels in the Nifty for the next week. So important support in the Nifty for the next week is placed at 16,610 is the first support. Then second support is placed at 16,483, and third support in the Nifty is placed at 16,340. Whereas on the upside, the first resistance is placed at 16,793. Then second resistance is placed at 16,945, and third resistance is placed at 17,132. So these are the important supports and resistance levels in the Nifty. Traders are suggested to follow these levels and then trade accordingly in the direction of the trend. Now let us discuss what we have observed in Bank Nifty. In Bank Nifty daily charts, I'm sorry, in Bank Nifty daily charts, as similar kind of pattern has been formed on Bank Nifty also. It is a replica of Nifty. You can see Bank Nifty has also rallied in an upward rising channel facing some sort of resistance at the upward resistance trend line. It has been moving into upward trajectory, making high tops, high bottoms in this particular channel. Again, if we see, it has again witnessed a breakout about maybe 36,500 odd mark of this particular consolidation, since what we have seen since May, June, July, and August, or coming August. The last 3 months has been into this particular consolidation. It has given a breakout, but again, at the breakout, it is just nearing its upward resistance trend line. And as we can see, last 6 trading sessions has been a sharp up move in Bank Nifty also. So as I said, profit booking cannot be ruled out in Bank Nifty because the lower degree charts has entered into overbought region. So definitely some sort of profit booking could be seen in Bank Nifty also. So again, as I said, the primary trend is positive, but at least for some days we might see some sort of consolidation or profit booking at the higher levels. So one needs to be cautious. Those who are long in Bank Nifty should try to book profits at the higher levels, and one should wait for some sizable correction, maybe 1% or 1.5% in Bank Nifty, and then after that particular correction, one should again go long at the lower levels. So now let us discuss the important supports and resistance level in Bank Nifty. The important support in the Bank Nifty is placed at 36,286, which is the first support. Second support in the Bank Nifty is placed at 35,876, and third support in the Bank Nifty is placed at 35,720. Whereas on the upside, the first resistance is placed at 37,123. Second resistance is placed at 37,463, and third resistance is placed at 37,988. So these are the important supports and resistance level in Bank Nifty. Traders are suggested to follow this particular levels and just trade in that direction of the primary trend. If there is exhaustion of profit booking, should avoid going long, try to book profits at the higher levels, wait for some sizable correction, then try to enter at the lower levels near those support levels. So these were the observation of charts if Nifty and in Nifty and Bank Nifty, and strategy would be book profits at the higher levels. Now let us come to the third segment, which is option analysis, and we'll try to identify the action where the smart money might have taken positions in Nifty, Bank Nifty, calls and puts. So let us see what we have observed in Nifty calls. We'll see on the screen that in Nifty calls, the action was seen in 16,800 calls, then 16,900 calls, then 17,000 calls, and even 17,100 calls. Here you can see there has been a rise in the open interest, rise in the volumes. Implied volatility is still in comfort zone. It is just between 13.10 and 13.27. There has been a rise in the option premium also. This is because Thursday was expiry, and Friday we have seen follow up buying of after the expiry. So maybe the smart money, looking at this particular data, that smart money is bullish and might be seeing Nifty testing the psychological mark of 17,000. But before testing those levels, charts are indicating uh, uh, some different picture because of the overall overbought setup. We might see some sort of profit booking, or we might expect some sort of profit booking on the Nifty at a higher levels. So one need to be cautious if those who are long in Nifty calls also. If there is a gap up opening, one should try to book profits in Nifty calls also. So now let us discuss what we have observed in Nifty puts. So in Nifty puts, the action was seen in 16,600 puts, then 16,500 puts, 16,400 puts. Here also you can see there has been rise in the open interest, there has been rise in the volumes. Implied volatility is also slightly rising. It is between 16.67 to 17.30. Again, here you can see there has been a drop in the percentage change of the option premium. This is clearly indicating that the smart money is expecting there has been a strong support near 16,400 mark. So next week, they are expect or they might be expecting that Nifty might find support near 16,400 on the downside. So definitely, the the primary trend seems to be positive, but looking at the overbought setup, we feel some sort of profit booking cannot be ruled out. So now let us see what we have observed in Bank Nifty calls. You will see on the screen. In Bank Nifty calls, the action was seen in 37,000 calls, then 37,500 calls, and 38,000 calls. Now here you can see there has been a significant rise in the open interest. There has been a rise in the volumes. Implied volatility is also little high. It is just between 16.28 to 17.40. But again, as you can see that Bank Nifty has rallied sharply on Friday, and because of that, we have seen a sharp rise in the option premium. So definitely, the undertone or the long-term trend remains to be intact. That is bullish. But looking at the the impact of short covering on Friday, which is giving some sort of uh, indication. And again, implied volatility is also slightly glowing higher. So we might see profit booking coming in at the higher levels. So those who are long in Bank Nifty calls should try to book profits if there is a gap up opening. But looking at the US markets, we feel it could be a subdued opening, it could be a flat to positive opening, but that should be used as a selling opportunity or booking profits at the higher levels. Now let us come to Bank Nifty puts. In Bank Nifty puts, the action was seen in 36,500 puts, then 36,000 puts, and 35,500 puts. Now here also you can see there has been a rise in the open interest, there has been a rise in the volumes, there has been a significant rise in the implied volatility. It is just between 20.21 to 21.93, and there has been a very severe drop in the option premiums, which I mean to say Bank Nifty out of the money put premiums, which is clearly indicating that smart money might be thinking that on the downside 35,500 could act as a strong support for the next week. So there, because of this particular sharp rise, put writers might have been highly active in this particular out of the money puts, because implied volatility is shooting up. There has been a sharp drop in the option premium. But as I said, looking at the particular setup of the chart, we might see some sort of profit booking coming in at the higher levels. So those who are short in Bank Nifty puts should try to book profits if there is a subdued opening or if there is some sort of cool off happening in the Bank Nifty. So those who are short in Bank Nifty puts should try to book profits at the lower levels or if there is a subdued opening. So definitely one needs to be cautious while going long in Nifty and Bank Nifty. Now, as I said, looking at the chart setups of Nifty, Bank Nifty, the option data of Nifty and Bank Nifty, we feel that uh, the markets might remain a little subdued, might see some sort of profit booking at the higher levels. So those who are long should be a little bit cautious and should avoid going long at these levels and try to book profits if anybody is long in the markets. So now let us come to the final segment of our show, which is positional call. I've identified one stock from infrastructure uh, sector. The name of the stock is IRB. You will see on the screen, the stock has formed a triangular formation. The stock is on the verge of a breakout. On Friday, some sort of volume action was also seen. Slowly and gradually, the stock is gaining momentum. Yes, there yet the stock is waiting for a breakout. But looking at this particular pattern, price volume action, we are confident that we might see a sharp rally coming in IRB stock. The stock is quoting around 214. So definitely investors swing traders, positional traders can accumulate the stock in the range of 214 and on corrections to 205 for an upside target of 250 in maybe next 4 5 months. So definitely those who want to take a call, or again, as I said, even for long term, if the breakout is decisive, and we are confident that we will see a decisive breakout supported with strong volumes, even anybody who wants to invest for long term can hold on this stock at current levels after buying, or buying in the range of 214 to 205. So as I said, the price volume action, the setup is showing that the stock is poised for a big upside rally from these levels. So investors can accumulate the stock in the range of 214 to 205 for an at least upside target of 250 in short to medium term. Short to medium term means maybe for next 4 to 6 months. But definitely the stock has potential to test the levels of 300 in long run. So one should have this stock in portfolio for long term investment also. So now, friends, let us conclude the show. Thank you very much for watching the show. Any suggestion you can give in the comment box, and have a nice trading week. Thank you.